Yes.
If this happens to a current president, this would be an impeachable offense, if not criminal offense.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Would you like to see criminal charges be brought against them?
I think we need to get to the bottom of this, and I think the first thing is to interview under oath the Director of National Intelligence and get to the bottom of what goes on with unmasking. How unusual is this that the entire upper echelon individually, it wasn't like one request for this, there were dozens of requests. Almost everybody in President Obama's top circle wanted to see this and wanted to listen to this conversation. But this is troubling because this isn't about national security. This is about eavesdropping on your opponent and eavesdropping on the new president's top advisors. So this is very, very troubling, and this was being led at least by Vice President Biden, if not the president. And we need to get to the bottom of it to make sure this never happens again, because really, for the average American, they're worried that this could happen to a top general like General Flynn. But can you imagine this power being unharnessed on an ordinary American? How would we defend ourselves?
Senator Paul, can you explain what was the most likely scenario here? That there was an intercepted call, the transcript was then circulated among senior staff, and then the various senior staff requested to know who was on the call? I mean, what is the most likely scenario as to why these names are on the list, or how this transpired?
Well, I think that's an important question. The way I read it is it looks like each of these administration officials actually individually requested to listen to this conversation. So it wasn't like someone says, well, why don't we have somebody go listen to this and send a transcript around? It sounds like each of these people individually did. And see, these rumors have been going around for years that the President Obama's administration was abusing this power of unmasking, and this sounds like they were abusing it to go after a political opponent, which I think is a very serious offense and should be investigated. And the fact that Vice President Biden is directly involved with unmasking a political opponent, think about it. Do you remember we went through this thing called impeachment? They said that President Trump was using the government to go after a political opponent. This is Vice President Biden using the spying powers of the United States to go after a political opponent. He's caught red-handed here. Vice President Biden's caught red-handed eavesdropping on a political opponent's phone calls. That, to me, is alarming.